and today's destination is kind of unknown. I have two major portages. The first one is Lower St. Anthony's Dam. So that's going to probably take an hour, hour and a half. And then there's Lock and Dam number 1 in St. Paul. And apparently that's closed to recreational traffic today. So if I have to portage around that, that's going to be another 2 miles. But I figured I'd give them a call whenever I'm close, just in case they'll let me squeak on through. I was going to try to make it to St. Paul's Yacht Club, but after I called them, they said that their lease doesn't allow camping, so that's 20 miles. My next option is to push another 10 miles to a small island where I can primitive camp. There's not a lot available because I'm passing through Minneapolis, St. Paul, or the Twin Cities. So that's 30 miles today, 2 major portages, and it's supposed to start raining at 6 p.m. Joy. Let's paddle. Alright, I'm at the portage for the St. Anthony's Dam, and you have to carry all your shit up these stairs, which is going to include the canoe at some point. Okay, after making it through the AT, my platypus has finally shit the bed. The top of the mouth looks like it busted open. Yep. I guess the Mississippi River was just too hard for it. Trash time. I just completed the St. Anthony's upper and lower, and that took about 2 hours total, which included me ordering a DoorDash lunch. Overall, it took about 30 minutes to get everything out of the water, and then probably about 45 minutes to walk down to the put-in point at the park, and then I waited about 15 minutes for my DoorDash food, so right around 2 hours. But I'm back on water now, and I've got one more portage left. The St. Paul number 1 Lock and Dam is closed to recreational traffic today, so I'm going to have to also portage around that. Looking at the map, that is a little over 2 miles, so it's going to be even longer than the portage I just completed. And on top of that, the rain is right behind me. It was forecasted to start raining around 6 p.m. today. It is currently 13:43. So I've got maybe a little under an hour to the takeout point, and then another hour and a half to portage. So hopefully I can be back on river and still have a couple hours of paddling left to make it to wherever I'm going to stay this evening, which I don't know. I'm kind of playing it by ear. So yeah, wonderful. I've got the hummus hauler, and I've got to go up these pretty steep steps here because I'm portaging up from the river, and it's quite the slog. Yep, it's putting a hurting on me. That was quite the canoe carry. Now back down to get the rest of the stuff, and yeah, it's quite the climb out. Of course, doing this in Crocs added a little bit of sauce to the mix for sure. So, just a reminder, I'm doing this because this is my only option, as the dam / lock is not open today. And that was the second trip up. Back down and see if I can get everything in one more trip. And now for the rest of the gear. I just had dinner at the Sea Salt. It's a little seafood eatery that's on the way to the put-in. So recommendation is, if you end up having to do the long portage around Lock and Dam number 1, this is a good spot to stop in, grab a beer, a few nibbles, and then get back on the portage route. The other thing that was nice was it's been raining, and the rain actually stopped while I was inside eating. So, ooh, waterfall. All right, portage is done, putting back in the water, and I'm gonna see if I can make a sandy beach area about a mile down here and get out of the weather. All right, let's go. Okay, found me a little spot to pull up and make camp. It's not perfect. I mean, like right next to the highway, high tension lines, but there's a little break in the rain right now, so I'm going to use this time to set up camp, because it's going to get dark here in another probably 45 minutes, and I just don't know what I got downriver. Since I'm in the city, not a lot of options to choose from. So yeah, and get camp set up. A little bit of party boat action.